semifinals guarantees you 2 shots in this weight class with 3 available spots for Tokyo. So a win puts them into the semifinals, and again, as we saw in the women's, obviously a semifinal win and you qualify, a loss in the semis, you have a box off for third. So a win here puts them in a situation where all they need is 1 win in possibly the next 2 bouts. So getting closer and closer. When we started, it was a dream, and now things are falling into place for those who are still around.
It's close.
Yes.
It's close now. SULEMANU, beg your pardon, he actually went out in the first round at London 2012. He reached quarter-finals of the African Games, last year's African Games, and lost on a split decision to Mohamed Fleissy, who we'll see in our next bout here on Ring B. And his opponent, Ndabezinhle Phiri of Zimbabwe, as you mentioned, scored a unanimous points decision in his first win over Omar Jamale of Somalia. And SULEMANU in his last round knocked out the number 3 seed. He beat the number 3 seed, Shafi Bakari Hassan of Kenya. SULEMANU, the experience edge. Let's see what this young Zimbabwean can do.
Well, again, there's no figuring out process, at least here in the first 20 seconds.
Well, good combination from SULEMANU.
Yep.
And already getting on top. And Phiri is getting caught with that right a bit too often in these early stages.
It's right there, and sometimes early on in a bout, even an experienced boxer like SULEMANU won't want to found his range. He is on target right now.
Straight from the get-go. I think we saw SULEMANU in his opening bout. I think he won by stoppage in his opening bout. Say that he won by stoppage by injury with a few seconds to go. And he was well ahead on the scorecard against his Egyptian opponent.
Right.
But he means business here. And Phiri doesn't have a whole lot of answers right now.
And at 19 against the 27-year-old with experience, it's very much a work in progress for Phiri, trying to figure things out in real time against an experienced, really comfortable opponent in this environment, in this situation.
Phiri, you can see the southpaw leading with the right, just switches to orthodox for a split second, took a big left and hits back with one of his own. So there's a warning shot for SULEMANU, but he is the one landing the majority of the quality shots in this opening round. We've just gone the midway point.
SULEMANU trying to rekindle the Ghanaian Olympic torch. 3 Olympic medals in boxing, a silver and 2 bronze. The last one back in 1972.
Wow. It's been a long time for Ghana. The Black Bombers, as they're known, the boxing team. Inside the last minute of round 1, and Phiri just being spoken to for a push. Didn't seem to be too much in that, if I'm honest, but referee making it known he won't stand for that. Both boxers land. Closing stages of round 1, as you've suggested before, Tom. Chance to impress the judges, but Phiri's going to have to do something big if he's going to turn this round in his favour.
I can almost feel him trying to think this through and where's the opening without letting this guy get right in my kitchen.
He got caught coming in there, Phiri. There's another right from SULEMANU. It's been a good display so far from the Ghanaian.
Under control, but with fury.
Controlled aggression from the Ghanaian.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the end of the round petered out ever so slightly, but not much doubt there for me. I think SULEMANU, I'd say 10-9. Still a 10-9, but he's in control.
I'm with you. And, there's so many stories here in these African Olympic qualifiers for Tokyo 2020, and so much of them involve just trying to get through on a shoestring budget, and time to tip our hats to the Ghana Olympic Committee stepping in to pay for their entire boxing team's costs for staying in the city, just outside Dakar for this event. The team was nearly left stranded because they couldn't cover the accommodation fees. And these are real-time problems. Might sound unfamiliar to some of the other nations, but it's really happening. And it's nice to know that the Olympic Committee of Ghana had their back and allowed the dreams to continue.
Absolutely. We've seen a few nations unable to send boxers to this event, some refusing to do so because they didn't feel they had any worthy Olympic contenders, and others due to lack of finances or logistical reasons. Nigeria and South Africa among those big names not sending any boxers to this qualifier. Good exchange, and again it's SULEMANU who's just getting through, but Fury, he's not been deterred, being told to keep his head up, but Fury is he's still in there swinging, even though he's on the wrong end of the scorecard.
Yep.
Fury switching to orthodox. He was southpaw in the first round.
Again, we've seen this from time to time. You know, obviously same weight class, but you can see the difference in physical development from the 27-year-old to the 19-year-old.
He looks stocky and very solid against his taller, leaner opponent. Minute gone in round 2. SULEMANU well in control. It's a big left hook from SULEMANU, right on the target, and a right from SULEMANU. He's been backed up. Fury trying to land, but not really getting much clean through the guard. Midway through the second round, and SULEMANU connect big time.
There's another right hand, and the referee looking closely into the eyes of Fury.
Who
but
responds.
He comes back. He
responds well. He's taken
a
lot of punches, but he is still coming back. It's a good exchange, but SULEMANU hits back with power. A minute to go in round 2. You can see Fury just coming forward, but I think SULEMANU now happy to let the Zimbabwean come onto him and respond on the counter as they start to trade. And I think there's only going to be one winner if they do trade.
I agree with you. Fury doesn't seem to have the fury to back SULEMANU up for any length of time at all.
SULEMANU can either move away or come back with power off the ropes. And he is well in control of this contest. Just the dying seconds of round 2. Bit of wrestling holding there. 10-second clapper you could just hear there.
Oh, that
SULEMANU, big attack. Big attack there. He didn't disguise it, but he didn't need to.
No.
He just charged in there and landed a couple of big shots. End of the round, and I think another one to SULEMANU.
Yeah, I think so. And in dominating fashion, I think, credit Fury for continuing to try to problem solve and try to work in and try to get his shots off. But he's feeling it, paying the price for whatever he's scoring.
Yeah, he is getting picked off on his way in, and SULEMANU responding on the counter as well.
And it looks like the punches from Fury are just sort of slap punches. They're not really with weight behind them.
Not too much weight behind them, you're right. And one judge giving it 10-8 to SULEMANU. I didn't see that, if I'm honest, but 4 judges giving it 10-9 and very much in control. 27-year-old Ghanaian. Now Fury needs something spectacular to keep his hopes at these African qualifiers alive. Fury going back to southpaw.
It'll be interesting to see what SULEMANU does. Doesn't need to
I don't think he's going to run much.
No.
Oh, okay, I take it back. There was a little bit of on the bike.
Yep. Well, he doesn't
comes back forward again.
He doesn't need it.
No.
But also, he's not going to give any impression that he's moving away or running away from
anyone. I think that's the style of boxer he is. He likes to get in there. He likes to engage.
But, you know, we need to talk about the toll on the body here. It's his third bout, and he has another two in his future in the next. There's not a lot of rest coming up.
It's not. And we'll see with some of the boxers later who, I think this evening, we're going to see boxers who fought yesterday. So a very quick turnaround for some of the competitors here. So a bit of fancy footwork there from Sulemanu. You enjoyed that?
Two-step, yeah.
TETTEH two-step, very nice. Oh, that's a lovely combination. That was a two-step with the punches there from Sulemanu. And he's putting on a bit of a show.
Yeah. It's a nice feeling when, you know, you're feeling very comfortable. And
he's probably taken Fury's best shots as well.
Right.
I think he knows Zimbabwean can't really hurt him.
Right.
Everything in his favour. Just over a minute to go of round 3.
Assuming this continues as is, Sulemanu now just one win from Tokyo, semifinals, or winning in the semifinals, or winning should he lose in the semifinals, has another shot in the box off for third. So,
yeah,
just absolutely as we get closer to the end of this, his dreams are real.
It's a good right from Fury. His best shot of the round, but he's not really been able to string anything together. And as we've discussed, he needs something very big. There's that high step again.
Yep.
Trying to line up his man.
And as a 19-year-old and his team build his career, this is clearly, you know, he's in a little bit over his reach here, but it's still part of the whole maturation process and learning curve. Is this isn't in the gym sparring. This is a huge event with all the trappings.
Big combination from Sulemanu.
And another one.
It's a hard school, this.
Yeah, it is. It's the school of hard knocks, they say.
Certainly is.
But he'll take good lessons away from this for further training and motivation. But TETTEH was fine in that. That was a great show, you know, well within himself. Managed to show us a few of his dance moves in the third round.
Always good to see.
And still all the while throwing punches. And now he will move into the semifinals.
He could face an old foe.
And again, we talked about the quick turnaround. That's tomorrow.
Yeah. He could face an old foe, Mohamed Fleissy, the Algerian who beat him in last year's African Games and actually beat him in the qualifiers for Rio 2016.
So it would be, in a sense...
Sorry, London 2012, beg your pardon.
In a sense, another qualifier for the Olympics when they meet in the semis.
Exactly. It's a rematch. Fleissy has had the better of their encounters. Sulemanu has booked his place in the semi-finals. Can Fleissy join him? We'll find out very soon. But that was a dominant display from the Ghanaian. And we'll look forward to seeing him in the semi-finals tomorrow, you say?
It is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, wow.
24 hours in the afternoon session.
See some of the highlights. That was big shots landed from Sulemanu, who never really looked